All right, got some people coming in. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm really ticked off today. I just saw on the news today that they had U.S. started airstrikes in Syria. This really bothers me because of the fact that a lot of the stuff that is being pushed out by the news media, I tell you what, I call bullshit on that stuff. You know, are we willing to really get into a conflict, another conflict? I mean, how many years have we been at war? It's been, going on 2 decades now? You know, between Afghanistan, Iraq, and now we're going into a third one. You know, I'm telling you guys, this stuff that they put out over the news media, that Assad used chemical weapons against the civilian population, I seriously question that. Think about this. If Assad did so, what strategic, what logic is behind doing such? You know, what strategic strategy was there for him to use chemical weapons against a population? All right? I seriously doubt this. If you look at the U.S. for years now, they have been looking for any kind of excuse to get into Syria. This has been going on for years, you know. This isn't something that just happened recently in the last couple months. This has been going on for years. They've been looking for any kind of excuse to be able to go in there and say, oh, now we have justifications to invade and colonize a sovereign nation. What happens in this nation, I'm telling you right now, this whole ordeal of Syria, if you think it has anything to do with national security, please do some research on this. All this crap about Syria and the rebels and trying to overthrow Assad, I call bullshit. Because the people, right now, there are women, civilian women, that are fighting with the Syrian army trying to hold back ISIS. They're kicking ISIS's ass. Now, here's the thing. Do you realize those rebels that are trying to overthrow Assad, those same rebels that we supposedly are befriending, that we are supporting, they have strong ties to ISIS? Are you aware of that? We sent, I don't remember, I know I did a post back some time ago, that how the U.S. government had sent millions of dollars to the FSA, which is the Free Syrian Army. Now, the FSA has sworn allegiance to ISIS. So, okay, we're giving millions of dollars to an organization who has ties, direct ties to ISIS, right? Does that make sense? I'm telling you, what it comes down to in Syria, it's 2 pipelines. It's all about oil and money. It's about greed. It's about colonialism. It's about expanding the empire. Russia wants their pipeline to be routed through Iran, from Iran out to Syria. U.S. and its allies want their version of the pipeline to go from Iraq through Syria. That's what all this crap that's going on in Syria right now, that's what it has to do. That's the summary of what is going on in Syria. So, watching this crap on that came on, this bulletin about U.S. airstrikes in Syria, it pisses me off. I mean, are we willing to go at war, invade another country who has strong ties to Russia? Do you think the Russians are going to just turn around and say, oops, It's okay. You think the Russians are going to sit back and say, turn around and allow us to just walk in there and start doing the same thing we did to Iraq and Afghanistan, to do it to Syria? Russia's not going to take that crap. So I urge you, you need to really call these politicians, tell them, hey, back the hell off. Back the hell off. I'm a 20-year veteran, but I tell you what, one thing I have learned is that when it comes to war, all these wars are nothing more than bankers' wars. Bankers' wars. They are tools utilized by the rich elite to profit, to expand. It's about greed. It's about money. That's what all this is about. It's about this piece of paper. That's what wars are about. The invasion of Afghanistan, the invasion of Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, had nothing to do with national security, had nothing to do with terrorism. It had to do with this crap, this shit. In the end, this crap right here, if the U.S. economy collapses, what is that going to be worth? What is that piece of paper going to be worth to you? If our economy collapses, where a dollar is not worth anything anymore, then what good is it? I mean, seriously, let's say our system just collapses on ourselves, right? And who is going to have more value? The person that's able to figure out the person that has knowledgeable skills on how to hunt, how to build a shelter, how to survive, or the ones that have $1 million. If our country collapses and you come up to me with $10,000, hey, I'll buy this, that, if we fall apart, $10,000 ain't going to mean shit to me. So I urge you guys, please, call these politicians, tell them, look, hands off Syria, get the hell out of Syria. All these wars are bullshit. It's greed. It's greed by corporations. Look who's making the billions of dollars in contracts like Halliburton, Boeing, and so on. Look at the government contracts. That's where, if you want to know the truth, and I tell people all the time, you want to know the truth about anything. You want to know the truth about the pipelines. You want to know the truth about all these conflicts going on. You want to know the truth about politics? Follow that. Follow this. That's where you'll find the truth. Sorry, I don't like to get agitated like this, but that just got my blood boiling like that. How, they're trying to use this excuse to try to invade yet another sovereign country. Look at Libya. That was bullshit. The thing with Libya, the only reason why we attacked Libya was because Gaddafi turned around. He changed his currency from the US dollar. I believe it was the petrodollar. Same thing happened to Iraq. The reason why we invaded was because Hussein changed his currency, his exchange currency, from the US dollar to the petrodollar. Anytime these leaders, turn around and deflect, get away from the US dollar as an exchange rate, look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you. Every time these leaders turn around and decide how they trade, they change how they trade, and instead of using the US dollars, that's an invitation for an invasion. I'm telling you. Me as a 20-year veteran, I tell you what, our military should never, ever, ever be used as an offensive. It is only to be used as a defensive mechanism if we are invaded. Other than that, no. Let these foreign countries, let them deal with their own problems. That's their problem, We have nothing to do with that. Anyway, I'm going to sign out. I just wanted to give my 2 cents worth, and I hope everybody has a good night. Love you guys.